When thinking of some of the more detrimental things that can affect one's music career, you think maybe it's how I mix my vocals, what an EQ I'm using, what compressors I'm using, what mic I'm recording with, or I think about on the beat side, which DAW am I using, which samplers, what samples am I using, where am I getting my samples? And I'm gonna tell you right now that not one of those things that I mentioned previously are more of a detriment to your music career than what I'm talking about. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, Jay, and what is it if it's not the mic I'm using, if it's not the EQs, the DAW, if it's not this or that, what is it? But let me tell you. And the thing is, you probably actually know exactly what it is. You're just overthinking it. Did you catch it? Yeah, it's really, really that simple. Honestly, at least to me, it's that simple. Let me explain. It's been a while since I put out a video. It's been about 4 to 5 months, and I definitely want to get into a little more of the specifics of to why it's taken me a while to put out another video. So I found myself getting caught up in just a few behaviors that I feel became a detriment to my life in general. It caused me to lose focus and lose sight of what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, Discouraged me from making videos and writing and doing more things, right? And as time went by, time passed, every week that passed, every month that passed, it got more difficult for me to make a video because I'm like, wow, it's been a month. Well, I got to put out a real banger. Oh man, it's been 2-3 months. Well, I got to really put something great out. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, it's been 5 months. What can I even do? You know what I mean? I'm like, it has to be something amazing. I had to explain what happened. I had to tell them what was going on and to the point where I didn't do anything. I ended up not putting out any video because I was overthinking. Even in my own past, just with music, there have been so many songs, and I know I'm not alone. So many songs I've created, you know what I mean, and I've almost finished, and I was like, man, I love this song, and it's like I show people are like, this is a great song, you should put this out. Then I'm like, what happens? You're like, okay, the mix isn't all the way done, or I have to add another verse, or I'm waiting on somebody to get back to me. They're gonna sing on the hook, or it's like I want to get a final master, or I want to record it in a nice studio. You know what I mean? And guess what? That song never comes out. The song never drops. You know what I mean? And again, that's another instance of overthinking my videos. And I could have sat and been like, what, this video's not done. I'm gonna spend another day. I'm gonna spend another week. I want to craft this video. I want to make sure this thumbnail is perfect. I want to make sure this title is crafted perfectly. I want to make sure I have all the right color grading. Let me watch some videos on color grading, and nothing would ever got done. Let's just say nothing would ever got done. I fell into the loop of watching tutorials and reading articles and reading these things instead of just creating, And there's nothing, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with watching tutorials. Hell, I make tutorials, you know what I mean? When you're spending your whole day watching tutorials, reading articles, it takes away from the time that you're actually creating, Sometimes you just need to hop in the lab and just cook, you know what I mean? Let them cook. I haven't been doing that. I've been taking a step back on my writing, my making beats, producing, and it's been a detriment in my life for sure. I am just really overthinking almost everything. You know what I mean? I could have put out 20, 30 videos in the time that I haven't put out anything, and it's okay to take breaks too. But I noticed I got to a point where I just couldn't do anything because I was stopping myself and I was overthinking, and it led to procrastinating, and nothing ever got done. But this is just a word I had, and I just thought it was really poignant. It's so simple. Even this video, I was trying to get the perfect thumbnail. I was like, I'm watching Photoshop tutorials to do this super complex, double exposure. It was a whole thing, you know what I mean? I was like, wait, I'm not even finna do all that. I'm losing time. I gotta go to work, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna be tired and I'm not even gonna wanna do anything. So I was like, no, we're gonna do this, and I'm still gonna make sure it's a good thumbnail, but I'm not gonna go, like, I'm not gonna overthink it. You know, I'm just gonna do, you know what I mean? So the other day I made this beat, and when I say I grabbed a sample, chopped up maybe like 8 slices, you know what I mean? I found a drum loop, you know what I mean? Something just to give me like, you know, something to give me basic, get me started. And I made a super basic bass progression. And when I say that beat took me 30 minutes tops, and it's one of my favorite beats I've done in I don't even know how long, it speaks volumes. So I just find it so important to stop overthinking and just do, and just go in there and have fun. It's such a simple concept. You take this concept into anything, it doesn't have to be music. I promise you will. I promise, like, you'll see the difference. I guarantee you'll see the difference. You know what I mean? We get in our head too much, and we're like, well, this isn't perfect, this isn't da-da-da, and we never end up doing anything, you know? Once you realize and you find solace in the idea that you're like, I'm not perfect, I promise you'll be making some of the best music of your life. So I just want to show you this beat I made the other day and how I even went about making it. Like, super simple, like, it's not complex at all, like, literally just a few chops. And I just went in there, had fun, and I was like, I'm not gonna overthink it, you know? All right, so let me break down this beat and how I kind of went through making this really simple but effective beat. You know what I mean? I didn't do too much. I just went in, had fun, and didn't overthink it. I found this Instagram page, and when I tell you they have some dope ass samples, their name is Re-Up Records. They're on Instagram. And when I say, like, they have a bunch of cool Japanese, like, Far Eastern Asian type samples, and what they'll do is they'll just take a little picture of the record and play a couple cuts off it, and they literally have them all up for you to check out. And when I say, like, there's so many, like, you could literally scroll on here forever. And I just found this cool sample. I forget exactly which one it was on here. I think it was from this record, I think. Yeah, this one. So I copied the name of this record and I put it into YouTube, and I found the sample. And also, by the way, I would definitely say go ahead and give these folks a follow if you're into cool music, into finding some cool, unique samples. They're really great people. Like, I just love everything they post, and these are different type samples, not the same samples that you'll find just like floating around on YouTube in the sample playlist, you know what I mean? So this is the sample. I'm gonna pitch it back to its original pitch so you can hear it originally. So as you can see, I literally have 16 chops here. When I say I don't even think I used 6 chops. I might have used like 4 to 8 chops in the whole thing. This is the part where I chopped. Here we go. And when I say I didn't do any like crazy micro chopping or anything, I'm gonna show you exactly just how simple this chop was. Okay, you ready? Look, literally 4 chops, and I just played it through. Listen. Super simple. You don't have to J Dilla micro chop or every single time. You know, you don't have to go one ace and, you know, go like, I promise you can make some cool stuff with. You could make 4 chops and like, you don't overthink it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Like, usually I'm like, man, I have to create this. How am I gonna create this really crazy bass lick that goes with it? You know, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna listen to the sample and play with the root notes, and that's exactly what I did. And I'll show you what it sounds like. with the sample. Super simple. I kept this, I'm keeping it a buck. I was like, I'm not overthinking, I'm keeping it really simple. I was feeling kind of lazy that day, and I was like, I don't feel like making a drum beat today. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna find me a little drum break to lay over it. I went to Splice, found this little drum loop. Listen. Hey man, and check it out. And so this is what I got. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you what I did. What I did was I consolidated the sample and the bass. I put them together, and I think I pitched it down. Yeah, I pitched it down 3 semitones after that. And let me take off my master processing real quick. And then I kept it really simple with my master. I didn't overthink the master either, man. I literally did some EQ, little dynamics, and limiting. Final result. Boy, that shit knocking. And I was so happy when I made that beat and I got to writing like instantly, you know what I mean? And this beat is more for rapping, you know what I mean? I'm planning on making a little freestyle, a little song out of it, you know what I mean? And from there, again, I can like get back and I can chop samples again, you know what I mean? But now I have a nice little skeleton and bass like layer, and I love the way it sounds already, but I can mess with it, add more. But the fact is I just got in there and did something, you know what I mean? And I just put something down instead of getting stuck at a blank slate, you know what I mean? Because I'm watching tutorials, or I'm like getting stuck, like, or I'm tweaking parameters, or I'm going through all sounds and going through all samples, and by the time I'm ready to sit down and make something, I'm tired. I don't even want to do anything anymore. But that's it, you know what I mean? And I love it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's really what I wanted to explain to y'all today. Just don't overthink it. You just do it, you know what I mean? Just get into it. And I promise you will see improvement. I promise, I guarantee. Anyway, I really appreciate y'all for continuing to show love for the boy, even though it's been a while. And I do apologize about that. And I can't sit here and say that stuff like that won't ever happen, you know what I mean? But I can definitely tell you that I'm doing my best to continue to put out bangers for y'all, you know what I mean? And also have fun at the same time and enjoy it myself, you know? And to just give y'all good content. Like, you know what I mean? Just plain old fashioned good content. And I hope y'all enjoy it. So if you did enjoy, go ahead and leave a like. Show some love in the comments. You know, let's get the community going back up. It's been a while. You know, see how everyone's doing. Hop in the comments, you know what I mean? Let's discuss what you think of the video, you know what I mean? Did you like the new format? You digging it? Like, or you can hate on me, like, dang, Jay, you've been gone for so long. What's happening? You know what I mean? But anyways, thank y'all so much for checking me out. Got another video coming out next week, I promise. I literally got it ready and scripted out. So, yeah. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. JD Andre signing out. Deuces.